going on, guys? Today we're going to be doing
the We Free for All, baby. It's the first episode and I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, but I'm gonna walk on over here because we started the introduction. I've had 2 cans of Red Bull. I'm ready to go. It's sugar-free though, don't worry about my health. It's looking good. I'm excited. I'm here with Gels from Fitment Industries. I'm Alex here, also from Fitment Industries, in case you haven't grasped that yet. And today we're doing what?
We are doing the wheel wall free-for-all.
Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot.
So it's gonna be a little different from episodes that we've done in the past. We've implemented a rating system.
Okay.
So we're gonna take into consideration, we're gonna grab a wheel, and we're gonna take into consideration the amount of sizes that it comes in.
Sure.
The color finishes that it comes in.
Right.
And then the price point of the wheel. And then we're gonna give it an overall rating out of 10.
Cool. I can do that.
All right.
And we're starting off with the Rohana RFX11. Okay.
Yep, so this is the Rohana RFX11 in the brushed titanium finish. So it comes
10.
in this one, it comes in
10.
a gloss black, and it comes in the brushed bronze.
10.
As far as sizes, they're gonna be bigger wheels, so you're looking at starting at 19 inches, going up to 20 and 21 inch diameters. So bigger wheels, you're looking at that like VIP style,
GTRs,
yeah,
and BMWs and all that sort of stuff. All right, all right.
And then as far as price, a little on the higher end, you're looking around $2,300 starting.
That's a lot of money for a rotary forged wheel.
It is.
But it's a 19 inch.
Yeah,
and they're
big.
trying to get into that market. So it's not like a Koenig. You know, Koenig's more that sport compact rotary forged line, so they can be a little bit more on the price function style of things. But I mean, it's a good looking wheel, right? The brushing that Rohana has on their wheels is killer. If you guys didn't know, Rohana has this brushing that they put on their rotary forged wheels that looks absolutely killer. The brushed titanium is actually the metal. They brush it and then they clear over it as well, which gives it a nice deep gloss. I really like that. The red is an absolutely killer color too. Brushed bronze is good. The gloss black is also a good one, but you don't see the brushing as much in the black, which I'm not a super big fan of, but that's just my personal opinion. What do you think? I
think with the brushing, it really makes that like silver look stand out a little more than just like a painted silver finish. Yeah. And especially with the bronze too, it just kind of adds a little more attitude.
And then it's got the pockets here, then you've got the infinity spoke, which is like that Voss.
Yeah, so it gives those spokes like a huge look too.
Yeah, you almost get like another ½ inch. Every ½ inch counts.
Yep.
Right? All right, so we gotta rate this thing out of 10, right?
Yep.
So just kind of like from the gallery where we rate everything out of 10. Now remember, we have our own opinions, but we still love all you guys the same, especially the wheel companies that are watching this. Right. So no hate, don't get mad at us. Let's rate it out of 10 on 3.
On 3.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 7.
And of course we're gonna give crap because we said 7.
No, well yeah, we're gonna get crap because we chose 7, right? But here's what I love about the RFX11. It's rotary forged, it's light, comes in some good finishes, but the finishes are limited. The sizing is pretty limited, and unfortunately it is a little bit of a higher price point. You start looking at $2,300, you can pay to play with a lot when it comes down to $2,000. In fact, you can probably go with some different wheels and still get some coilovers for the same price. So Rohana is kind of battling up a hill a little bit with it. So that's why I gave it a 7, but I did give it more points because of the styling, because of the brushing. Is just so darn
And I was kind of on the same boat there too. I would have rated it an 8, but because of the price point of it, I feel like you should just be able to get a little more customization as like for finishes.
Yeah, with colors and stuff like that. Cool.
All right. Next wheel.
You're not filming a video, are you?
Wow.
We're only filming the wheel wall free for all, baby. Come on, let's go. All right, what do we got next?
All right, so next up we got the Radiate R8S5, otherwise known as the Sarcastic Ninja.
The design lives up to the name.
Obviously.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, so this wheel, you're looking at around $700 to $1,200 for a set, depending on size. Your sizes, you're looking at...
We don't know.
For sizes, you're looking at 18, 19, and 20 inch diameters. And then you're looking at the matte silver finish, which we have here, a matte black, a gold, and then a dark mist.
Sure, so the dark mist is like the iconic Radiate color. Radiate are our homies. They're the ones that hooked us up with our first wheel samples. Rob and all those guys out there. So very, very cool. Definitely an interesting wheel though. So you started out. What do you think about the sizing? What do you think about the colors? What do you think about the price? What do you think about everything?
I think it works well for this wheel because I mean it's not a crazy expensive price for a wheel, and you get a pretty wicked design.
Yeah.
Like you don't see a lot of wheels like this. So you first look at that, you're like, dang, that's gonna be an expensive wheel. But then you look at the prices and the sizes that are available for it, and even the color options too, and you're like, that's a pretty good bang for your buck.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like the styling, you won't really find a whole lot else out there that's even going to look remotely close. There are some European companies that have it, but they're actually not in the States, so you don't really get to have the designs. It's definitely very cool. One of the things that I love about it is that it has this like step lip behind the spoke, which gives it this weird like depth to it, which almost makes it look like a multi-piece wheel. Now it's not trying to be a multi-piece wheel, but this having that steplet gives it this nice concavity or this nice like perceived concavity, which I like a lot. And then the cuts that they do aren't that steep, but just with the way the design is and the way that it pulls back, it makes the spoke look huge.
Right.
I know the Sarcastic Ninja comes in a lot of Euro styling bolt patterns, but I don't think it comes in a lot of other bolt patterns. So I'm interested to see how that sits. I think the finish is cool. It's a little bit basic, but then they have that dark mist, which is probably my favorite paint code that you could possibly get on a wheel. So should we rate it?
Let's rate it.
All right, on 3.
All right.
Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3,
5.
8. You don't like that? It's a Euro wheel.
I don't have anything Euro, so I mean, you know.
You couldn't put this on an FRS.
I couldn't.
No.
I mean, I could. It just looked really weird.
It definitely is like I think it's a specific design for a specific type of person. Right? And the reason I gave it an 8 is definitely because of the design and because of the fact that it's something different. People always want original wheels, but then nobody ever understands how difficult it is to actually design an original wheel. So I give Radi8 props for doing that. But then at the same time, you know, they are a little bit heavier. They are, you know, low pressure cast. They're not rotary forged or fully forged. So you're going to have a little bit of a loss of style. Plus, they're not as concave as what I would like to see them on, so I think they have a little bit of a higher offset, so that's why I give them an 8.
Yeah, so I think on the right vehicle, they look really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
5.
Wow. Get the next one, I guess. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So.
You want to start the internet on fire.
Okay.
I get it. I understand.
We're going for it. So, this is the XXR 527.
You can't just say that.
I can just say that.
No, you can't just say that. All right, let's get into it. Just tell me about it.
So, if you've ever seen a second-gen Mitsubishi Eclipse,
it's had these.
They've probably ran these, and if they're not currently, they have in the past. Because everybody that owns a second-gen Mitsubishi Eclipse has ran 527. Yeah, I mean,
everybody's ran 527s. 527s are like, that was the wheel people bought. I remember Subarus had them, DSMs had them, Neons had them, everybody's had them.
Yeah, so, and the reason for that being is it's an entry-level price point. You can get into a set of these for, like, their smallest size for right around like $500.
That's crazy.
So like the ranges between 500 to 800 depending on the sizes you go with. The finishes, this is a chromium black, so it's more of like a gunmetal gray.
Sure.
That comes in the gloss black, and then it comes in a gold color as well.
Sure. Sizes?
All of them.
If you have them,
the weirdest sizes of wheels I've ever seen in my life. You can get like an 8 1/4 inch width, you can get a 9 3/4 inch width.
I know, they do some weird staggered stuff. And then offsets?
Offsets? All over the place too.
All over.
Yeah.
So if you have a car, these probably fit.
For sure.
Yeah, so 5x114, 5x112, probably 5x120, all that sort of stuff. Probably not by 5x108 though, just because that's a weird bolt pattern. And sorry, Ford Focus guys, there's just not a whole lot out there for you besides Rotiform and 1552. Here's what I appreciate about XXR, and I know that you guys are either gonna agree with me or disagree with me, so I'm gonna try and be neutral on it. XXR is an extremely budget intensive wheel brand, right? Like they try to hit the lowest possible market, because if you go out there and you look at any other wheels that are like $500, they look terrible.
Yes.
They are so just not enjoyable to look at, which is interesting, right? But then you look at XXRs, and if you don't take into the fact that they pretty much look like a lot of Wed Sports, BBSs, a lot of those OG wheels, like that's a huge bang for your buck, that you're getting like a cool design. Definitely. We're not going to talk about the fact that it was somebody else's, with some really cool finishes, right? In every available bolt pattern, every available width, and every available offset. It makes sense why a lot of people that buy their first set of wheels buy XXR.
I think it's good to have companies. I think it's good to have companies like XXR, because like if you're starting out in like the car scene, you're in high school, you're 16 years old, you don't have $1,500.
Or if you're drifting around a track and you don't care if one gets smashed up, you can buy 12 of these for the price. You know, I mean, it's all about what you want. So you guys can let us know what you think about the 527. I'm sure you have already. But one thing I don't like about XXRs, especially the 527, is double drilling. I hate wheels that are double drilled. I just don't like them.
Yeah.
You know, they cover it up with that center cap, but even with the covered up center cap, Just not a huge fan of it. Now, what I do know is when we went to SEMA, they actually talked about they're actually phasing out all of their double drilled wheels. So they're
going
to
to keep their price down though?
So I don't know if it is or not, but we'll see what happens. But they want to get rid of the double drilled, and they're actually changing their center cap to an engraved like titanium center cap, this like metal center cap. So it'll be cool to see, but that's what I think. What about you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Rate it?
Let's rate it.
On 3?
On 3.
1, 2, 3.
6.
Ha! 5, actually, was what I was going to rate it. So I would rate it 5. The reason I rated 5 is because I understand what they're doing. I understand why they're doing it. You know, but in terms of, you know, what I look for, I guess it's just a little bit different than the market. But, you know, we have a lot of people that scoop these wheels up because that's what they want, you know. And it's, at the end of the day, guys, it's your car. You can do whatever you want. 6, why'd you rate it a 6?
6 just because, I mean, taking into consideration what we're looking at as far as rating wise, I mean, you got all the sizes, you got good finishes to choose from, and it's an entry-level price point. So, like you said, I appreciate what they did. You know, they're offering an affordable wheel for people that can't afford like the $1,500 wheels, or just want something to bash around on their drift car or something like that. So, I think that deserves a 6.
Yeah, you guys will let us know what the butt is. Let's go to the 4th wheel.
All right.
Okay, what are we looking at here, Giles?
This is the Klutch SLC2.
And sizes? Colors?
Very
options?
limited for sizes and colors. You're looking at this finish here, which is, I think, what do they call it? Like the double dark tint.
Okay.
Like it's that machine finish, and then they spray like that clear on that's got a tint to it, give it kind of a, they call it black on their website, and then it comes in a red finish as well.
Oh, I wonder what the red looks like.
I don't know. I haven't seen a picture of the red, but I'm sure. I'm sure if it's something like this, I bet it would look really good.
Yeah.
As far as sizes, 18 inches is what you're looking at.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow. Widths?
Widths.
So this is coming in some pretty limited sizes, limited colors, limited bolt patterns.
Right.
But
it's $1,000.
And it's pretty funky. It's a funky looking wheel.
Right, you got just this like notch cut out here?
So I know that this design is pretty much like an old style Japanese wheel that they used to do in like the 80s and 90s.
Okay.
Work used to do it, there's a couple other companies used to do it, SSR did it, they all did it. It was this like raised face, but it was still this one-piece style wheel. And it was to give this like really interesting focus on the face and try not to focus so much on the lip. And so you get this like polished lip with a machined face and painted face, and then you get this weird like 1.5 inches with these cutouts. And originally the cutouts were meant for a lot of like weight reduction and just like aesthetic.
I can see
and then
that.
obviously this was also for a lot of the valve stem cap stuff.
Gotcha.
And then it doesn't look like they, oh no, they did actually.
Did they put it there? Okay.
Yep. And so that's what it was actually meant for. And it gives it this like increased concavity because they're essentially giving you a lip, but then raising the face out
So
and
they
then
can pull it
pulling it back
in
so
more,
that you get this really deep wheel when it's actually not that concave. So Klutch actually did a really good job, I think, crushing this design. It looks very cool. I love the finish. I love that it's different. I have seen this on a couple different cars in our gallery too, because this went live this year actually. This was a SEMA 2017 release.
Okay, so it is a newer style.
It is a newer style wheel, but Klutch is trying to do some different stuff. So it's pretty cool to see that they went out and they tried their hand at this kind of double, or I would say 6-spoke design. Should we rate it?
I think we should rate it.
All right, on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 6.
6.5.
So we are saying 6.5 and a 6. I'm saying 6 because I love the design. It's just not for me.
Sure.
Just with the stuff I see this on, I would see this on tuners. I see this on, you know, a lot of different style things, but not anything I would own. And just because it's just a little bit heavier, it's not my style. But the actual function, and I think the way that Klutch executed this wheel is actually really neat to see. Next wheel.
All right.
Final wheel.
Final.
We're on the final wheel. Wow.
Wow.
You're bringing out the banger
The
for
big
the last
guns.
one.
The big guns.
Jeez. All right. So what are we looking at?
This is the Concept One CF003X.
Yep.
3-piece wheel. Actual 3-piece wheel.
I couldn't tell.
Massive.
We've had this one for a long time. Concept One was the first one to send us their multi-piece wheel, and I've seen it multiple times, and every single time I see it, I love it. I fall back in love with it. Reminds me a little bit of the Genosis work wheel, and I love the multi-spoke, the cut-in spoke, the floating spoke. I love the brushing. I love the hardware. I love the lip and the concavity. It's hard to not like this wheel.
It's a good wheel.
But there is something that you cannot like about it.
The price.
Yeah, that's like a $5,000–$6,000 set.
$6,300 for a set of these.
That's pricey. The hardware also adds a lot of weight too, but you know, all the finishes, you can see like the nice brushing and stuff. So
I really like it. I mean, like you said, how can you not like this wheel? I know we've talked about it in the past with the design of this.
Yeah.
You still get that lip to it, but then you get the concavity to it, and that's because they did that the floating spoke design,
the floating helps.
where they have it come out and up to the lip, but then it falls back and then where it connects.
No, it looks good. I got nothing bad to say about it except for the fact that it's heavy and expensive. But
so of course with multi-piece forged wheels, you can get it in any color you like. They build them for you. You know, sizes.
They better.
Oh, right.
Paying them a lot of money.
Yeah. $6,300. I bet you get what you want. Sizes 18, 19, 20. You know, whatever you need.
All of it. Any forging size.
Yeah.
Let's rate it.
All right.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 9.5. Forgot to say the half, but then I got really excited. It's a good looking wheel.
Yeah.
I mean, we try not to play favorites or anything like that. It's just hard not to like this wheel. I think it looks good. You can get it in any size, any finish, any style. I think the only reason that I would say not to give it a a 10, it's just a little bit heavier.
Sure.
You know, I don't know if Concept One currently offers titanium hardware to save on some weight, but that could be an option.
That would help, yeah.
And then also shaving some weight off the back of these spokes here will actually save a ton of weight too. But then of course you have to deal with all the impact testing and all that stuff. Cool?
Cool.
So those are our 5 wheels.
Those are our 5 wheels.
That's our
Wheel
Oh my God, that gets way too hypnotic to say every time. I'm gonna lose my voice, I'm so sorry. That is our next episode of Wheel Well Free For All. We hope you guys enjoyed. If there are wheels back there that you have been saying in the comments 9 million times that you want us to rate and review, let us know. If you are a wheel company out there and you want us to review your wheels, hit us up, shop at fitmentindustries.com. You can actually let us know what you want us to review. And if you're looking for wheels, tires, suspension, anything that we actually just talked about, we'll actually drop links in the description below so that you can actually check those wheels out. Give us your own rating on all 5 wheels, which you've probably already done, and then let us know what you want to see next. Did I miss anything?
No, I think that's it. Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, fitmentindustries.com, subscribe. The works. I'm Alex.
I'm Jels.
We'll see you later.
Peace.